What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first vinyl update in about 14 months. I did this last in July of last year. I went through my entire collection and I just accrued about 60 new vinyl records, which I'm going to go through. I've really slowed down the collecting every couple months, so a lot of these I got at the tail end of last year, and I've only picked up maybe 20 of these so far in the year. As you guys know, vinyl records are very expensive, and I've really had to cull my money a bit this year. But let me know what you guys think of these selections and which ones you'd love to steal from this haul here. We're going to get started with the album Set 'Em Wild, Set 'Em Free by the band Akron Family. This is a wonderful experimental rock record, so if you're into that kind of stuff, give this one a shot. We have one of my favorite albums of the year so far, Alex G with his album Headlights. This is a great record, and this one is even in a very nice color of blue, which I'll show you here. It's in a nice metallic blue. So Alex G, Headlights, definitely one to check out. One of my favorite albums of all time here, Alt J with An Awesome Wave. I picked up two vinyls from Animal Collective. I have the experimental EP Fall Be Kind, as well as the brand new 3-record set of their album Feels, the 20th anniversary edition. And this one is on purple vinyl, which I'll show you here. So it almost looks like a Concord grape juice or something. So definitely a cool album. It comes with the EPs from that era, including Fickle Cycle and People. Listen, everyone, I don't think I even need to show this album or say its name, but I will just for the hell of it. We have the Avalanches with Since I Left You, one of my favorite electronic records of all time. This is a special Turntable Lab pressing that I found. It's multicolored discs. We have a yellow record, and then we have a pink record right over here. Like I said, if you love sample-based music, definitely give Since I Left You a listen. I'm just going to kind of rearrange these so they're a little bit easier to clean up afterwards. Up next, we have the Beatles with their 1965 classic Rubber Soul, an album that turns 60 years old this year in about 2 months, less than 2 months, December 3rd. I also have a copy of the Now and Then single that includes Please Please Me as well. Blood Orange, Black Swan. This is an album that I picked up in Chicago at a record store called Sugar Records while I was on my best friend's bachelor party. So I picked up some great vinyl. This is one of, I believe, 3 that I picked up while I was in there. I also have this classic from 1969. This is Blood, Sweat, and Tears' self-titled album. Gotta always get a good shot at the gatefold there. From Animal Collective, Deacon's album, Sleep Cycle. I finally picked this one up, a white copy of one of my favorite albums of all time, an album that my good friend Jake in our album exchanges even enjoyed. It's a white copy of Halcyon Digest by Deer Hunter. We have Swing Low Magellan by the Dirty Projectors. Another absolute classic here, and probably my favorite Doors album after LA Woman, The Soft Parade. Incredibly underrated. We have a movie soundtrack, y'all. It's the Fiddler on the Roof soundtrack, my favorite musical and one of the best movies of all time. I got this really cool vinyl for under $10 at a bookstore, so you can't go wrong there. Added 2 Flaming Lips albums to my collection. I have the soft bulletin, and this really cool colored version of At War with the Mystics. This is another dual colored pressing. The first disc is on orange, kind of like a highlighter looking orange, and then the other one is on, I believe, a teal color. Oh, nice baby blue, kind of baby blue and teal right there. But both fantastic records, even though I do believe that these albums run a little bit expensive, especially because this one doesn't have a gatefold. Well worth the price. Two amazing records right here. Next we have Flying Lotus with You're Dead, an amazing album with amazing artwork. That gatefold will have you tripping, I tell you. Everyone get ready to yodel here as it's Focus with their album Moving Waves. And the big hit, Hocus Pocus, you all know the lyrics, sing it in the comments. Future Islands with one of my favorite albums here, Singles. Finally own that one on vinyl. And I just decided to pick this album up because I thought, what the hell? It's not my favorite album by this band, but this is another overpriced vinyl that I was able to get on a good price. It's Glass Animals with Dreamland. I did get the colored one, which is glow in the dark green. Again, the album's not amazing, but for the price, I got this for under $20. Definitely a deal. And as you can see, it's from Target. Picked up 3 records from this artist who I've definitely got some respect for, Mr. Harry Nilsson. I have Nilsson Schmilsson. I have the son of Schmilsson and Do It On Monday. So, yeah, got a good collection there. This next one here, I don't know if either I'm colorblind or Target is lying to me because, first off, this record was impossible to find at any of their stores, even though they said it was in stock. And when I bought the record and got it home, it looked nothing like the picture. This is supposed to be a Coke bottle clear edition of Miss Callie Uchis' beautiful record, Sincerely. But if you look, it's not really clear, and it's not even Coke bottle color. It's like a jade, so why they lying up in here? Next up, we have Kings of Leon with their album Walls. We have Little Dragon and their incredible record, Season High. These up here. An artist who I've really got into the past year, Man. I have 2 albums by him, Dream Hunting in the Valley of the In-Between, and Carrot on Strings. This one is on orange vinyl, which I'll show you here. Kind of hard with all these inserts. There we go, and it even has this zoetrope effect on the label when it's spinning. A carryover from my father, I have 2 albums by the Moody Blues here, In Search of the Lost Chord and Seven Sojourn. The National, High Violet, another one of my favorites that I didn't have in my collection for some reason. And I have a clear copy of Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, Wild God. Moving on to the other stack, as I have 2 albums from the underrated Minnesota band Night Moves. I have Can You Really Find Me and their new album Double Life. This one I like because it's a gatefold, and it's also on this really nice orange vinyl, which I'll show you guys here. It definitely looks like a neon light, and so it probably definitely matches the aesthetic of the record right there. A great night driving album. If you ever want somebody to drive in the city, listen to this record here. And this is an album that I picked up in Pittsburgh a couple months ago. And this one is on a very nice blue Definitely a contender for Album of the Year, in my opinion. We have another album that I just, for some reason, didn't own, even though it's one of my favorites, on vinyl at least, a clear copy of the 1975 self-titled album. We have 3 Panda Bear records coming up next. Here as we have Panda Bear meets the Grim Reaper. We have his collaboration with Sonic Boom, Reset, and his new album, which is also an AOTY contender, Sinister Grift. My album of the year for 2021, Parquet Courts' Sympathy for Life. This is the Rough Trade edition, which I picked up in a record store for under $10. Pearl Jam with their amazing album, Yield. This is a special album to me. It's one of the first albums of theirs I really ever heard. We have a couple more classics coming up at you here, as we have the Pretenders with their excellent self-titled album, Ohio Band, as well as Procol Harum's bluesy album, Home. Robin Trower's guitar playing on this album is excellent. Proto Martyr with their Vicious Consolation EP on a sunset splattered vinyl edition, which definitely looks like a lemon or something like that. A lemon and a cross between a lemon and a grapefruit. Put these inserts in here. I hate these paper sleeves. Well, after that ASMR break, we move on to a box set here, the first of 2. It's the Postal Service's 10th anniversary edition of their album, Give Up. This is a 3-record set, and this is just an amazing set of an equally amazing album. So I got another album that for some reason I didn't own until now. It's Radiohead with Kid A. Another album that, do I really need to show you? I mean, you all know this album and love this album, so I don't know if I'm really doing it much justice. I have the 10th anniversary edition of Spoon's Gimme Fiction, which I picked up. Another bucket list item. This one comes with a poster, an insert, and a bunch of booklets and a bunch of crap. But it's a cool album and a cool set of a great album. I don't know what I'm saying, but check it out. From the Montreal band Sons, I have their explosive albums Hold Still. 2 Talking Heads records coming at you here. Talking Heads 77 and Remain in Light. I'll get back to this one because this is the new deluxe edition that came out last year. And this is definitely 2 records of neon green vinyl. I don't know if this is a special edition. I bought it used at a record store this past weekend, but it looks cool, and I guess it's part of the set. But yeah, I didn't expect it to be a neon green pressing, but I'm happy it is. Up next, we have what might be my album of the year, a Venomous album from Turnstile, Never Enough. A great album from start to finish, punky, dreamy, shoegazy, almost metal-like in the riffs, but with great songwriting all around. This is the Target exclusive edition, and this one is on a deep blood red vinyl. One of my favorite albums of last year. I have Vampire Weekends for Only God Was Above Us. It's pretty tired over here, but this is a great album. And up next we have The War on Drugs with their album Lost in the Dream. This is another classic album over here, and this one I believe is on orange. The orange record. I don't know if the other one had a color. I think it might just, they might just both, yeah, they're both orange, but this is another great album. Okay, actually three more, because I have to run over to my room and get the other one. We have Young the Giant's self-titled album in a red and green pressing. This is the other box set. It comes with a booklet and all sorts of other trinkets. And then the second to last one here we have is Youth Lagoon with his classic album, Year of Hibernation. This is on a blue pressing. That looks really, really nice. Alright, I gotta go run to my room to get the last one because I forgot it. So stay tuned. One sec. The last one I got here is my album of the year for last year, Future Islands, People Who Aren't There Anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.